Dance Moms, welcome back. This is the second video in our free video series. Our first video covered all things with dancer hair, a few tips and tricks for getting the hair to cooperate a little easier, a few simple styles, a lazy bun, which is great if you're running late getting your kiddo to class, a simple way to twist their hair up, a competition or ballet bun, performance bun, whatever you want to call it, that is super clean, super neat, super easy to do with hairpins and a hairnet. And then we did a couple variations of a French twist, which is something that's gaining popularity on the competition circuit. I don't know if it's really made its way into like dance recitals and dance class, but we covered a couple different ways to do it with some super quick changes. So if you missed that, it's not too late. I posted the link so that you can go back and catch up. But today we're going to go over some Dance Mom essentials. It's kind of geared more towards competition moms, but really any dance mom can benefit from some of these. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to recommend is something that I hear about so often at the store. That's itchy costumes. I don't know why costume manufacturers seem to go out of their way to make the itchiest costume possible. The tulle, the sequins, everything, it's just itchy and uncomfortable, okay? One tip that you will hear over and over again is baby powder. I've got to say, baby powder, it works great. It really does. Nothing against baby powder, but black costumes, navy blue costumes, they don't like the baby powder. There's nothing worse than you're so proud, you're sitting there, you're watching your kid up on stage, and they turn to the side, and their whole side has a big white streak from baby powder where the costume was itching them, okay? It's not a good look. Something that works just as well is just plain old stick deodorant, okay? It works wonderful. If you're a little bit leery about the aluminum issue, I haven't tried it with aluminum-free deodorants, but I know just regular stick deodorant, it will actually just allow the costume to just glide over the skin, and it makes it better. It makes it better, and there's so many different varieties now that go on kind of clear. You don't have to worry about the big white baby powder mess. There used to be, way back in the day, when my daughter was first competing, she had this, the costume was gorgeous. It was this custom-made yellow bikini number, but it was so itchy. And we went to the drugstore, and there was this cream that you could get that prevented chafing. And for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of it now. So if you know the name of it, please comment below. I'm sure we would all love it. I would love it because I need to go get some more. But if you can't find it, plain old deodorant works really well. It will make the costume less itchy, kids will complain less, and that makes us dance moms very happy. The next thing I want to go over, especially as we're going into Christmas recitals, and the competition season has of course kicked off and is in full swing, removing that makeup. I know a lot of people don't like the idea of stage makeup, but the kids have to have it. You can't really tell in the video, which is going to prove my point. I actually have on tons of makeup, my daily makeup. And under the lights at the store and the light from the camera here, it looks like I have zero makeup on, okay? None. And I mean, I have black eyeliner on, everything. It just doesn't show up. Stage makeup, I hate to break it to you, is a necessity. Otherwise, they're gonna look less, more pale and expressionless than this. So always kind of just take that with a grain of salt. You need the stage makeup, sorry. So how do you get it off once it's on? Stage makeup just is heavier. There's just more of it. It's very vivid. And even for the competition kids, you're putting on false eyelashes. So you've got the eyelash glue. A lot of times we use waterproof eyeliner because it's got to last all day. That can be tough to take off. So what most people do is they go and they get some makeup wipes and they start rubbing. And it will come off, but it's really going to irritate your kiddo's skin. And I don't really like to do that, especially when we're going to have an entire weekend of competition, which means putting the stage makeup on, and then my kiddo's going to be taking it off at night with those wipes, digging at her eyes, trying to get all of that off, and then I'm going to turn around, I'm going to put more on the next day, and then that night she's going to be taking it off and digging at her eyes. It's just not a good situation. Okay, old school trick, okay? Baby oil, Vaseline, or coconut oil. Even the Pond's cold cream, much more gentle. Yes, you do have to wait until you're back in your hotel room or back home if you're doing it for recital, but much gentler on their skin. They won't complain as much. Put that stuff on their face. For the Vaseline and coconut oil, I think even the baby oil. My kiddo normally puts it on before she gets in the shower, and then the last thing she does before she gets out of the shower is washes her face, and it all comes off so easily. So much better than sitting there digging with those makeup wipes. I don't even carry makeup wipes in our dance bag, which brings me to my next thing. The handiest thing that I have as a dance mom, baby wipes, okay? Plain old Huggies. I guess they could be anybody, but I think we normally get Huggies. Plain unscented baby wipes. They will clean up makeup mistakes. They won't remove makeup, but they can tone it down a little bit. And a lot of times it's a lot more gentle than makeup removers. So if you're going out to eat after recital or after the dance competition and your kiddo don't want to go in full face makeup, you can kind of tone it down with baby wipes. The baby wipes will also take a lot of like spots and stains off of a costume if you get to it quick enough. They will take red lipstick streaks off of a costume better than a Tide pen. It will take red lipstick off of tights, which getting anything off of tights is hard, but it will take red lipstick off of tights. It can also smooth hair in a pinch. I would recommend that all the time, but it can do it. And I think I got this handy little case. I think I got it at Walgreens, but I mean, seriously, baby wipes are what, a couple bucks? Get a new set every time you have a competition. They're too handy not to have in your purse. I think I have them in my purse, in our costume bag. I think my daughter carries some in her like shoe bag. We have them everywhere because you're always using them. If the kiddo eats some potato chips or pretzels, gets the salt off their fingers, it's wonderful. We love baby wipes. The next thing, this is more for kind of a competition tip, but it will work for recital as well. And that is just clear bags, okay? Walmart quart size sandwich bags. This is great for small accessories, gloves, tiny hair pieces. It's not hair accessories, tiny hair accessories. It's perfect for it, and you can poke a hole in the top and put it over the hanger for the costume so it all stays together. In a perfect world, we'd all be able to find and get those real nice clear garment bags that have the zipper pockets for all the accessories to go into, but those are hard to find and they're expensive. You really don't have to do that. Just sandwich bags, works great. We also like the big gallon size bags. As your kiddo gets older, their accessories get larger. So you might have to move up to the gallon size bag. Something else that they're good for, when we go to dance conventions, it's normally out of town. And at my daughter's studio, they have specific items that they are supposed to wear on specific days. They have a normally half top and short set that the studio gives them that has like the studio logo on it and all that. And they're supposed to wear that on a particular day, and then they can do dance wear of choice on another day, and so on and so on. So just to make life easy, my daughter, when she packs, she takes a gallon bag and she writes the day on it. Like if it's going to be Saturday's outfit, she writes Saturday on there, and she will put in whatever's required that day. Tights, the outfit, everything in that bag, and puts it aside, and she goes on down the line, because usually for conventions you're waking up super early. Neither me nor my daughter are morning people, and if you've ever been in that situation, you know if it's a two-piece outfit at 6 o'clock in the morning, digging through the suitcase, you will find either the tops or the bottoms, never both. So that just keeps everything together and makes life super simple. Next little organization tip, you can, with the bags, you can put jewelry and stuff in them as well. I don't like to. I've had earrings get lost that way because they poke out, the bag will get ripped or something. So I don't like to put jewelry in them. I like to put jewelry in soap dishes, traveling soap dishes. It works much better. Like this one has my daughter's competition jewelry in it. Well, part of her competition jewelry. It has her necklace in it. Apparently the necklace is so important it deserves its own box. She packs this stuff. I don't understand the logic. I just let her go with it. This one, it has her competition earrings, her hair breadths, some hairpins, and a hairnet in there. So she is prepared. But these are great because you can put the lid on. It's not going to get crushed, which is a big thing. We've had hair breadths get bent so that they wouldn't close anymore because they got crushed in the makeup bag. You put the stuff in these, it's not going to get crushed. And I like the ones with the snappies on the side. Yes, that's a technical term, snappies. We put the snappies up and it's not going to fall off, which means your stuff's not going to get loose in the makeup bag, which is like the pit of no return. It's terrible. Which leads me to the next thing. I love it. All of it's just leading one right after another. Competition earrings. These beautiful little things, they're not so little, and they're heavy, which means you're constantly losing earring backs, okay? There's a couple different ways that you can handle this. My daughter actually uses the clip earrings. She doesn't have her ears pierced. So don't think just because your kiddo is getting ready to be a competitive dancer that they have to run out and get their ears pierced. They don't. Knock on wood, she's worn clip earrings the entire time she's been dancing. We've never lost one on stage. I can't say that for the kiddos running around with pierced earrings because those earrings are heavy. They're going to pull. And when they pull, the back's going to come off. And when the back comes off, the earring comes off and it's lost. Okay, and competition jewelry is not cheap. No one wants to run around with 4 extra sets of earrings in their bag. So, what I recommend, have one backup set, or if you just have lost just the back, okay? Carry some of these in your purse. I think these were just a couple dollars. And these are, let's see, there's 70 earring backs in here, okay? Put them in a Ziploc bag and put them down in your purse because I could just see this opening up in my purse and going everywhere. I'd have earring backs for days. But put these in your purse, and when they lose an earring back, if you still have the earring, just pop one of these out and stick it on there, okay? It's a real quick fix for what can be an absolute crisis. If you've ever dealt with a competition kid missing an earring, you know It is bad. Another trick, and this is really going to show my age. Back in the 80s, it used to be really popular to have these huge earrings. I mean, they were big. And we were always losing our earring backs at school because the earrings were big and they were heavy. One thing that we would do is we would take a pencil and pull the eraser off. And you would use the eraser as your earring back. Okay, it worked great. It would last all day, no problems. That earring would not move. Okay, that is the perfect solution if you carry pencils in your purse or you're in a crisis and you didn't take my advice and get an extra set of earrings or extra backs. A pencil eraser in a pinch works wonders, like really, really well, shockingly. So always keep that in mind. I've had a few moms say gum, but it's kind of gross. Haven't done the gum thing. I didn't even want to ask if it was already chewed or if it was new. We just don't do gum. Gum's gross, no. The last thing that I want to go over, this is handy during recital season. Like I said, we've got the Christmas recitals coming up and competition season is always going on. Get yourself a blanket. This one is like a really large throw, but you can just use a baby blanket. It comes in really handy when your kiddo is at a venue and there's no place to eat. You can find just a quiet corner, spread the blanket out, they can sit on the floor and not ruin their costume, and all the mess is right there on the blanket. So when they're done eating, they go back and do whatever they're gonna do. You can just gather it up, take that blanket outside, give it a good shake. You're good to go. You won't get in trouble for making a mess at the venue, which is huge because studios rent space for recitals, and you always want to make sure if it's a great space that you're able to come back the next year, so that we want to pick up after ourselves. A blanket will help you keep things nice and neat. It's also great at dance competitions because I don't know why, but auditoriums are always freezing to me. It's like they're channeling the Arctic. By the end of the day, my feet are 2 blocks of ice. So I love having a blanket there that I can kind of wrap up in a little bit because I'm going to be sitting there all day. It also works good, even though you're not supposed to. It works really good for saving your kid's seat. You can put the blanket over their chair and like throw their dance bag up in it or whatever, and save them a seat. That way when they're done dancing and they come back out to the auditorium to watch their friends, they have some place to sit. If you've ever been to a dance competition, you know as it gets closer to awards time, seating gets limited sometimes. So that's a nice little trick to kind of be able to save your kiddo a seat if they're watching their friend's awards ceremony and they're not going to be up on stage themselves. So if your kid's little, a baby blanket works. That one is kind of like an oversized throw because normally I have a couple kids on it. But yeah, a blanket is an absolute must. That just about covers our Dance Mom Essentials. I would love to hear any tips that you have. I'm a firm believer in a community of dance moms because we all know something that the other one doesn't. We need to share this information. So if you have a tip that I haven't covered here today, by all means, leave us a comment. All of us want to hear it. Be sure to give us a like and follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We'll do our next video here in a few days, and it's going to be about all things saving money as a dance mom. How to save money on some hotels, make your dance wear last longer, get a little bit of extra time out of those shoes, which is really important. Different ways your studio can actually get like money back, which is pretty cool on stuff that they're going to be buying anyway. Probably a few fundraising ideas in there also. I'm trying to gather some information on that. So we will just see you all then, and until that time, happy dancing.